y'all, welcome back to Katie on the Flip Side. I'm back here today with my unwashed hair, and I actually got some new lipstick. I'm trying it out. Let me know what you guys think. It's like a Maybelline Stay Matte All Day type thing. I probably should have looked at the name of it before I told y'all about it, but I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested in it. But it's my first day to wear it, and I'm like, oh, I like it. It don't come off, and we'll see how long it stays. So anyways, if you guys saw my live stream on Sunday, I talked a little bit about weight loss and a change of lifestyle, eating habits, nutrition in my life, and what's going on with that. It wasn't exactly what I intended to talk about on my live stream, but it was a question that people keep asking if I have lost weight. And yes, I have. As of today, I have officially lost 10 pounds in the past almost 4 weeks, not quite 4 weeks, which is amazing. It's 10 pounds that I have wanted to lose for a really long time. Kind of takes me almost back to the pre-babies. That could be a whole nother video on what my weight does when I'm pregnant and when I'm breastfeeding and all the stuff. It does not do the same thing as most people do. I actually lose weight during pregnancy and gain weight after the baby's born. It's a weird phenomenon. Anyway, I'm excited to be getting healthier. I'm exercising again, and I have changed a lot of my eating habits. If you want to know all the details about all of that, go back and watch my live stream from Sunday night, and I'll put the link right here so you can go back and watch it and hear all the questions answered and all that. But I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about why I feel like this time is different as far as weight loss goes, because I've been somebody that all my life, probably since I was I don't even know, maybe 10, 11, 12, has been conscious of my weight and has done different things to lose weight and eat better and exercise. And a lot of times things work and are great, but then there'll be a kink in life and it'll throw me for a loop, and I will, things will go differently. So obviously I want to make this eating style, this lifestyle, my new lifestyle. And the book that I listened to that kind of really changed my perception on nutrition and gave me some different ideas on how to eat, what to eat, why, really gives a lot of helpful things on making this a lifestyle, how to deal with when it's the holidays, when it's a big family getaway weekend and you just want to eat all the bad things, kind of how to be able to have the things you want and not be restricted, but be able to enjoy your life, enjoy food, and still keep a healthy nutritional intake for your body, and why that's so important for your energy, your mental stability, your everything. But I think one of the biggest things from this book, it's called Body Love, and it's by Kelly LeVeque. I will put a link to that in the description below if you're interested in checking it out. Obviously this is not sponsored. I just found out about the book, really loved the book. She gave me kind of a different perspective on why eating healthier or cutting out a lot of sugar in your diet and those types of things is really important. And I think I had gotten to a point with my weight and my health and all of the mental, physical, everything in life right now, that I was looking for something to make me feel better. I knew that when I ate what I was eating, I just didn't feel great. I would make a meal and then I would be hungry again in a couple hours, or I would eat, a bowl of cereal and then I'd be hungry again in a couple hours. And I was how can I eat something that's healthier? I try to cut my portions down, but then it was then I was starving, and that's not fun for anybody. I love food. I hate to be hungry. I kind of have a fear of being hungry. It's kind of weird. I'm afraid I'm going to get somewhere, not have the food that I need, and be starving, which take me back to that Enneagram thing. I'm a 6, and that's what we do, is we picture the worst case scenario. I've learned a lot about myself from that too. In the past, I have changed my eating habits, or changed my exercise patterns, or changed just those health and wellness lifestyle things, because I have wanted to lose weight, because I felt I didn't like how I looked, or I felt somebody else didn't like how I looked. I don't want Cullen to think that I'm too fat, or, the people at school made fun of me because I was fat, or, whatever the reason would be, that I would change what I was eating just based on appearance, and also based on maybe what other people thought. If somebody else was like, you know, you really need to change how you're eating this, or somebody else changed their eating habits. And it kind of goes along with this whole lifestyle change that I'm going through right now, change in mindset of doing things because I want to, because it makes me feel good, because it's good for me. And when I started this whole change in my eating and started exercising, it was because I wanted to feel better, because I wanted to make a change, because I wanted to have more energy and not feel sluggish. And one of the major things in the book that she talked about was not craving a bunch of sugar, not always thinking about food. And when I read the book, I was like, how can I possibly go through a day without wondering when I'm gonna get to eat like a cookie or something? Like, that's just how I've been, you know, I think about food a lot. And so I did it for that reason, and not because I wanted Cullen to think differently about me, not because I wanted, you know, my family or my friends to think different about me, but because I wanted to, and I wanted to feel better. I knew that weight loss would obviously most likely be a part of it, but I had told myself I want to follow some different new guidelines and eating habits to make myself feel better, to get healthier. And if I lose weight, then that is fabulous. But if I don't, I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to let myself be like, well, screw it, I'm just going to eat all the cupcakes because I haven't lost any weight. But I decided that I was not going to break more promises to myself, and I was going to commit to the things I was going to commit to and stick with them in a whole different mindset than I've ever had before on why I'm doing things. I think something that has held me back in general is even just saying that a second ago, that I'm doing this for myself, I'm doing it because I want to. In my mind, as I'm saying that, I'm like, gosh, that's so selfish. Like, I'm terrible. Why would I even say something like that? And somehow we've been taught that bettering ourselves or doing these things to help ourselves be better, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, weight-wise, health-wise, is selfish, to take that time and put all your energy and your time and effort towards that, when that is so not true. I don't understand why it's presented that way to people. Why people are sometimes like, you know, berated or looked down upon because they're taking time for themselves. You find yourself talking about self-love or loving yourself, and you get a number of people saying, well, that's not the Christ-like thing to do. You should care about other people. You should be there for other people. Well, yes, you absolutely should, but you also have to take care of yourself. Your body is a temple that God gave you to take care of, and by running yourself into the ground, by doing so many things that you can't even keep up, you can't get enough sleep, you can't take time to make healthy meals or to exercise, you're not taking care of what God has given you, the only person that can fully take care of it, permission to take care of it. Like, it's a really hard concept, and I'm even having a hard time overcoming it myself. But I've heard people throw around terms like, oh, well, you can't idolize yourself. Okay, let's talk about what you do for your husband or your children or other family members. Do you take time to take your kids to, you know, soccer practice and gymnastics and dance practice and all those things? Do you take time to cook them a meal, or to buy them new clothes, to take them and, you know, even with your kids, like, give them a bath, wash their hair, paint your little girl's fingernails, buy them new shoes when they need them? Are you idolizing that person because you're taking time to help them? No, you're not. So why is it considered idolizing ourselves or being selfish if we're taking care of ourselves? And that is something I just think it's really important to overcome personally for me. I don't understand where this started. Like, who started this about we can't do anything for ourselves or we're selfish? Because that ain't right. You can love yourself, and you can take care of yourself, and you can take time for yourself without being self-absorbed, without being self-centered or conceited. It is possible. The main thing about this is when you have taken care of yourself, when your body is nourished, when your cup is full, you can have more to give to other people. You're going to want to share yourself with other people. You're going to be willing and able to help other people out, to do things for other people when you first taken time for yourself. Of course, there's the example that if I've heard it once, I've heard it 1,000 times of the airplane thing with the oxygen mask. That's why they tell you to put your own oxygen mask on first, because if you try to help your kid first, then you're gasping for air and oxygen, then you're gonna pass out and then you can't help your kids. So get your own oxygen mask on first, then put it on your child. All of this rant to say, I think especially right now during the holiday season, things are extra busy, extra stressful, and it is probably one of the number one times that people would be likely to say, I just can't right now. Like, I can't take time for myself. I can't take time to sit down and take 10 minutes to like read my Bible or say my prayers or take 20 minutes just to get out and walk around my neighborhood. I can't. I just don't have time right now. When you find yourself saying that, those are the times you need it the most. And I don't know what to tell you other than you gotta make time. You gotta write it in your calendar. You gotta put down your phone. You gotta like take away from some time that you're using for something else. Maybe it's like scrolling through Instagram and you think that's relaxing, because let me tell you, I'm the first to like sit down and be scrolling through Instagram and be like, God, I just wasted 30 minutes. Well, I could have been like exercising or doing anything else in that 30 minutes that would have been more mentally clearing and like refreshing than just scrolling through Instagram. So as things are crazy busy right now, take some time for yourself. Think about the things that you want to change or that you want to be different, and try to find that connection. Maybe read a good book. Sit in front of your Christmas tree with like a cup of hot chocolate and just look at it in the silence and the quiet. There's something about peace and quiet that doesn't happen often. And when we get it and when we feel it and when we just like fully embrace it, it can change your mental like state for the whole day. It's amazing. So I feel like since I've realized this, and since the approach that I'm taking towards making myself a healthier person inside, outside, inside my brain, inside, outside, upside down, I feel like it's definitely going to be different this time, and I'm going to be able to make choices based on my decisions. I'm finally being able to accept the fact that I can make decisions for myself. I'm trusting myself that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm doing the best I can for myself and for my family, and knowing that I can't fill somebody else's cup if my cup is empty. So it's super important to me right now. And one of the things, by the way, little hint, like sneak peek, I just recently listened to Marie Kondo's book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And I currently want to get rid of all the things. And so I'm going to be on a mission to do that soon too. And like I've said before, it is also totally a different perspective on like how it's okay to get rid of things. You don't have to hold on to them because of what somebody else thinks, because of what's going to make somebody else feel a certain way. They don't live in your house unless it's obviously like your husband or kids or whoever you live with. But if it's not bringing you joy, it doesn't need to be there. So y'all just stay tuned for that. I really want to take y'all on that journey. Let me know if you would be interested in seeing that instead of seeing me in my car every week. I'm kind of thinking I want to make some videos of how I'm going through different areas. Obviously, if you've read or listened to the book, she recommends starting with clothes. Got a lot of work to do there. I really want to take y'all along on that. So yeah, I'm excited about that, and I think I might share that with you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see that. Also, if you have read the book or lived by any of those like minimalistic, simplistic type lifestyles, I would love to hear your tips and how it may have changed your life. Thank you guys for watching and for being with me as I figure all these things out. I'm really glad that I started this journey when I did, so that I could share with you guys from the beginning as I'm figuring it out, as I'm learning things, so you can see the whole process. I will see you guys Sunday night, 9:00 p.m. Central Time on my channel for a live stream. Also on Instagram. I've been streaming it on Instagram lately too. So I'll see y'all there. Thanks for watching. Bye.